So as it turns out, the evil within is absolutely terrible, and this is why. Well, believe it or not, it's not a horror game. It throws so much blood and gore at you from the get-go that you become horrendously desensitized to any horrific effect the presence of mutilated corpses could possibly induce. I know this sounds rather silly to say, but it's just not a horror game. It's weird. It's like an action game with dead guys and corpses in it, and that's kind of it. And it's a pretty poor game at that. Let's talk about that extreme letterbox, because I tell you what, that is absolutely crippling. I mean, holy shit, is this terrible. Just look at how much screen space it takes up. And don't you dare tell me this makes for a cinematic experience, because it does not. It cuts down on the field of view so much, and I mean so much. It literally made me sick to play the game. After like 3 or so hours, I didn't want to play no more. I was like, this is like literally because of that. You cannot see what is going on in the environment. You turn around, it's like, oh, wait a minute. There's like inches of the screen have been lost. It's really annoying. I mean, if that was not there, you would be able to see so much more on the screen, and it would make for a better experience. I just don't know why it's there. It's terrible. It also throws every horror cliche into the mix, and I mean every single one. So let's just have a look at what we've got. Well, dead bodies everywhere. Mutant cannibals with chainsaws, yep, we've got them. Zombies, well, we've got them. Ye olde English dilapidated towns, well, yeah, we've got them. Guys with scythes, well, yeah, we've got them. Mental hospitals, yep, we've got them. The list goes on, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not even going to... There's just loads of examples, but you get the idea. It is just like, let's throw everything that is considered scary into a game, because that'll make a scary game, right? No. Oh, and talking about the gameplay itself, this is ridiculous. So, the sprinting mechanic, it's absolutely terrible. So you can sprint for about 10 meters, okay? Then you bend over in utter capitulation, apparently, or seemingly, waiting for the next zombie to introduce itself to your rear. You run out of breath and bend over, hand on knees, and you're like, oh God, no, oh, and then you get up and start running again. That would never happen. I mean, look at the example you can see on the screen right now, being chased by a pack of zombies. Why would I stop? It's just stupid. It's like, it's just stupid. And also it appears that the zombies don't actually attack you either at this point. They try to, but they kind of don't. It's weird. It's really random as well, the game is. Now, I think it's trying to be random for the sake of being random. It's like, oh, you don't know what's going on because we're so random. So it jumps about all over the place, and, well, for no apparent reason as well. So I get the whole thing with it being evil, you know, the evil within. You're kind of fighting with your own mind as much as the enemies and all of this stuff. But it's just really random. So you come out of a mental hospital. A massive earthquake hits. This results in you escaping in an ambulance with a few other survivors. You then crash into woods and slip unconscious and wake up within your own crazy mind asylum. You then move into an old, like, style English village. It's just all over the place, and apparently for no reason. It's just all over the place because it's all over the place, and that's supposed to make you think, wow, what's coming next? It really doesn't. It's random for the sake of being random, and I hate that. And don't get me started on the save points either, because they are terrible. So the only way you can save the game is if you go through a mirror, okay? So you hear like a little bit of music, and generally you'll go into the room where the music is, you'll see the nurse, and she'll go through the mirror, and the mirror kind of smashes. This means you can gaze into the mirror, and you'll go into this crazy, like, mental mind asylum thing you've got going on. Well, while you're there, you can save the game. Now, these points are at rather strange locations. They will be at, like, the start of a chapter, and that'll be the only place where you can actually load the game in from. So you can literally go for 20 minutes or so, probably more in some cases, and you can die, but then you have to start again, and that is very annoying, because often you die due to quite stupid things, like you'll run around a corner and there'll be a trap. There was no way of knowing there was a trap there without actually running around the corner and dying to the trap, so then you've got to repeat that whole section again, and that is really fucking irritating, guys. That is really irritating. There are a number of ways to kill enemies as well, from weapons to traps. The inclusion of all these elements really does kind of take away from the survival-induced fear thing they've kind of tried to go for. Also, did I say you can stealth kill zombies? Because you totally can. It's kind of like Shadow of Mordor. You can go behind, like, you know, you go behind the Uruks and whatnot. You can kill them with like a one-button stealth takedown. You can do that against the zombies. And the zombies as well. So it's pretty easy to do this to them. Yeah, it's not good, guys. Oh, and this bit made me absolutely lose my mind. Just listen to this.
Great. There's got to be something that'll get through this. Maybe a chainsaw or something.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Go and find a chainsaw to cut through a metal chain. chainsaws do not work like that. I mean, for fuck's sake, that I've got a license to operate a chainsaw, and that just annoys the shit out of me. It's so bad. It's not. I mean, what? Please. Oh yeah, you also collect this kind of crazy green brain juice, which is then used to upgrade your character's abilities. What exactly is that all about? But anyway, let's talk about upgrading your character as well. So when you're in your crazy mind asylum, you can go to your... It's like a chair. It looks like an execution chair. You sit down in it, and this helmet is put on your head, and it like electrocutes you, but it uses up your crazy brain juice, which you can spend on upgrading your character. So you can upgrade like how much ammunition he can carry, how stable he is with his weapon, is he going to get critical hits with his weapon, how much health he's got, and all of this stuff. Why is that even in the game? I don't understand why that's even there. If it's supposed to be a survival horror game, why is that even there? It's just, it's pointless. It's just stupid. It's being convoluted for the sake of being convoluted, and it is pointless design. I think the simple fact is the game's kind of relying on the allure of the names attached to it. So you've got the guys behind Resident Evil, yada yada yada. But that's it. I mean, the game is just not very good, guys. It really isn't very good, and I hope you can see that from the video I've put together. I don't like hating on games for the sake of it, and I'm not hating on this game. I'm just kind of reporting to you what I've seen through playing the game, and that is a game that is not really a horror game. It's kind of like an action game, but it's still an irritating game to play. Well, there you go, guys. I've been Stylosa. This is Unit Lost. If you agree with the video, then leave a comment, or if you disagree, then leave a comment as well if you do like to see that, and make sure you like the video. If you did like the video, subscribe to the channel and all the rest of that good stuff. But do remember, The Evil Within is a pretty poor game, and it's not a horror game either, which is kind of interesting to say the least. I'd avoid it if I were you guys. I'll catch you next time. Toodaloo.